Hi everybody. I'm back today. I'm filming from my truck because I worked at the hospital today. We had not too bad of a day, not too busy of a day. Um, I don't work directly on the front line with COVID patients. I take care of our hospitalized cancer patients. We occasionally have some that come in to have COVID that are sick enough to be hospitalized, so we need to rule out COVID. Occasionally they will have it. Depending on how sick they are, we continue to take care of them and manage them. If they get too sick, they go to intensive care, and the intensivists take over their care. So fortunately, haven't had any COVID positive patients this week. We've had a few rule outs, so I have not had to have any significant exposure. But the entire hospital, and all hospitals are like this, they're having to change a lot of the processes. Right now in the state of Kansas, the Kansas Department of Health has said that we really can't do elective surgeries, and there's a lot of stringent requirements. So sometimes that holds some things up for patients, and sometimes it gets a little frustrating on that end, I'm sure. But things will open up hopefully, so we kind of get more and more down the road and see where we're going to be. If everybody stays home and we kind of level things out, they may be able to lift up some of the hospital restrictions. I don't think it would be wise to lift the safety restrictions and isolation. But if we're not getting overwhelmed with COVID patients, then that allows hospitals to be able to go back to some of their other services, if possible. That this is my opinion, but it's what I suspect will happen. But if a steady rate of COVID positive patients and patients who need intensive care come in, and we're able to handle that without running out of protective equipment, then then some of these other things will hopefully open up. So other things that happen that become a little bit more difficult. I mean, unfortunately, patients and there's no visitors allowed. That's not just one hospital's policy. That is pretty much a uniform policy across the state. That's to reduce bringing COVID into patients and into the patients, and also reducing exposure to the visitors. But it does make it hard on patients who are really sick. You need to have serious discussions, and for example, today we had to have a discussion about some end-of-life issues with a patient, and his wife had to be on the telephone, and I feel very, very, it's very sad and emotional for those patients and their families. They would rather be in the room so they can comfort each other directly. And, our nurses do a wonderful job. In fact, I love working on this floor because the nurses are so good at what they do. They take good care of the patients. Everybody on our floor is good. The pharmacists, the housekeeping people, the respiratory therapists, physical therapists. They do a great job of taking care of our patients. The housekeeping people are very, very, very compassionate, and I think provide, when they're cleaning the patient's room, definite conversation and encouragement to our patients. It's really sometimes nice to see and watch their interactions. So it's hard for patients, but I know that our nurses and hospital personnel are doing all they can to make it as easy as possible. There's people out there that are protesting. I think it'd be better if they would focus their time protesting on getting the equipment that we need and things like that for hospitals. and the lack of response. I heard one argument related to, this survival of the fittest, and we believe in evolution, and the coronavirus is just a natural process of evolution. But I guess they forget one thing, that human beings have evolved to such a state that there's something up here. I mean, even I have one. I mean, I know it's hard to believe, but I do. It's a brain, and it's much more advanced than any other animal on this planet. And it's kind of surprising. Some people do use their brain, and they use it wisely. So what the evolutionary aspect of the virus is that those people who use their brain and consult with people who use their brain will hopefully be more protected and less likely to succumb to this disease. And those who choose not to or don't want to use their brain will be those that will be victims of evolution. So you can take that as you see it, but that is my opinion on that regard. So tomorrow's another day. Everything will get better. It's tough for a lot of people. I hope you're hanging in there and just look and try to do other things and find other hobbies. I wish you all well, and you all take care. Bye for today.